Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I am going to be doing a little walkthrough on getting started with Google Meet. At first I thought there wasn't a need for this, but I think it's important. Now, why am I doing this? There are a bunch of learners who would want to jump on a Google Meet call with someone they're asking a question, and they don't know how to navigate their way around the Meet app. Also, you want to share a quick meeting with someone so that the person could help you out with a bug or a problem or make some explanations. You typically want to share them a meeting link and say, please, can you jump on this call with me? So this is dedicated to new learners, and this is something you should learn to do. So to get started, just go straight to google.com. You go to the home page. You can see there's a search engine. This is the typical one. Then go over here. So right here, you'll see that this is the Google suite of applications, right? So you can see all of them. And we'll be looking at this. We'll be looking at the Google Meet. Now, the first thing you do is to click on it, and it's going to take you to the home page. Pretty intuitive, right? Very lovely design. Now, the first thing you want to do is go over here. This is typically where what we'll be dealing with here. Now, I'm going to click on this. Now, if I click on this, you would notice that we have three situations. We have three situations here. We have schedule in Google Calendar, instance, start an instant meeting, and create a meeting for later. We're going to be dealing with this. So when we click on this, it's going to take us straight up to the main page of what we're dealing with, right? Now, so typically you should have your screen on once this happens, right? You can choose to turn it off, right? And be like, okay, this is not what you're going to be working with, right? Apparently my camera is blocked, so this is typically what you might see. Now, the next is you see that there's a meeting, which is an instant meeting. You can click on this, and once you do this, you've copied the meeting link and you can share that. But that's a different one to that. So you share this with someone you're working with, and then you can take it from there. Now, the second thing for anyone who is also getting started is they want to share their screen. Maybe there's a problem. Maybe their Jupyter Notebook is open and they need to share and say, look, my Jupyter Notebook, I have a problem here or I have a problem there, and I need to sort some of this, right? It's ideal for you to know how to do that. One of the first places you want to come to if you need to share your screen is this place. Look at that. Now, if you come over here and you click this, you can now present. Again, three things. You can choose to present a tab. Like if I choose to present this tab, you can see over here that this is what I have going on here. And so which is the Jupyter Notebook, right? I can choose to present any other thing. If I choose I want to present this, it's going to show me this tab. Now, that's if you're working with the browser, because over here you see I have Brave. This is the Brave browser. It could be Chrome, it could be anything, it could be Microsoft Edge, anything. So now this is the browser side of things. Here, if you click on this, you see that the windows that are open. So apparently I have two windows open. There's typically the window that I'm working with here, and then an external screen. So you can choose to work with that. If I choose this, then I'm going to be sharing the external screen. Now, most times people just have one screen they're working with. So they typically either want to work with their Chrome, or they typically want to work with an entire screen, which is if you have just one screen, you're going to have a screen that is cascading on itself. Right. So those are the things you want. Now, if you have just one screen going on, you would typically go to the screen you want and then you share. Right. And when you do that, it typically takes you to the screen that you want to work with, right? And then you can now share go around the screen and say, okay, this is what's wrong. Basically, this is the screen that we are working with. So that means I can choose to get into the documents, and if you're looking at the screen, it's typically the same thing you have over here. Now, this is the part I'm going to place my focus, right? So with this, you can now say, oh, I'm having a problem with the Jupyter Notebook. This is what I tried. You can also, it could be a perfect situation for you to also say, okay, maybe I had tried opening some things and it didn't work. And then you go into the folder and say, this is what I tried to open. I tried a couple of things and this did not work. And then you open maybe what you're learning, and you can see that once you've opened it, you still have this page showing. So you can now go to a page and then share the tab that you want, right? Because there's always this share tab. You see that I've done that by sharing the tab I'm looking at. So again, if you change your screen and to another tab, you have to indicate by share this tab, and you do that again and you share the tab you're working with. Now, this is a situation where you just have your one screen going on, right? Now, I can stop what I'm doing by saying stop sharing, and it takes me back to this very space. The next thing I might want to do is I might want to share, if I have a different window, I might choose to share an entire window. Maybe I want to share a window that nobody sees. I have another screen. I can click share, and then it shares that window, right? Now, with that, you can see what I'm sharing on the screen will be there, and you can see this is another screen that I have. I can click ignore, and so which means anything that is on this screen changes. You can see you can see my the other screen, the external screen that is over there. I can flip it. You can see that I can flip this and all. So these are the screens you have. Meanwhile, I have a screen that is in front of me, but nobody sees that. So that's if you're working with a different screen. And then you can again stop the presentation by going over here, and then it still brings me to the classic first screen that I started with. Now the final part of it is you want to do the windows. So which means I have different windows going on. So if I choose to share this window, it's typically just going to look for the window that I have over here. So you can now see that the window looks different. I can see that there's just a window that is there. If I flip this window, you wouldn't know what's going on. I just have one window going on, right? So everything has to happen in this window. So if I do this, you see that there's a change in this window. If I choose to go to a different window, nothing happens. You don't know if I switch windows or not, right? So there's just one window I'm sharing, and you can choose to use that window to do everything you want to do. You can choose to close the window. You can see it happens over here. You can choose to open another window, and in front of it, you can say, all right, I want to type, say, datacamp.com, and that opens, right? So this is just what happens in this window. So that's when you're dealing with the window side of things, right? So again, once you're done, you can simply come over here and stop presenting, and it takes you to the default window you started out with. So that's typically how it is. So, but for those who are looking to share their screen and they just have one laptop device, pretty simple. Click on this, work with your browser, right? If you're comfortable, you can work with the entire screen. The thing when working with the entire screen is if I choose an entire screen, everybody sees what's going on in your screen, right? Most time for privacy's sake, it is like, oh no, don't do that. But if you just want a window, you can just say, oh, there's just a window you have. If there's any other window, nothing is happening. Nobody knows what's going on there. You have privacy. And then you can just work with tabs. But remember, when working with tabs, you have to control the tabs that the folks who are at the other end are seeing. Because with that, if you share the tab, right, you have to remember that this is the tab you're sharing because you're on this, right? If you change to a different tab, you have to share the tab because it will tell you share this tab, and then you click on it, and you start to share the tab you're working. If you switch tabs again, you have to remember to share the tab that you've switched to, and you click on this and that tab shows. All right, so let's get back and stop sharing. So that's basically what it is. I hope this helps as you start to talk to other folks in different parts of the world and say, look, I need to share my screen and show you the type of problems I'm having. One last thing is, before I forget, is you might also have a problem of I need to show, maybe if you're having my sounds have issues. Remember, you can use the entire screen part of things. If I use the entire screen for this, that means I can basically move my screen. You can see once I move my screen, you see the different things. I can choose, oh, I have issues here, and you can look at that, or I can go over here and click on this and try to solve a problem or show, or maybe the person you're chatting with or the person you're having any conversation with is telling you, okay, go over here, go over there. It's ideal to use, you can see it's ideal to use the entire screen, which means you can go to different parts of your laptop and walk through. They say, cool, we want to see what your sound is like. You can go up and check what your sound looks like and all. So this is the part where the entire screen gets to help you do a whole lot of workaround if you're having system issues, sound issues, anything, and then you can share your screen and walk around any issue you have. All right, so that's that for this. Please take your time, watch this. Let me know if in the comment section if there are any questions you have, right?